maybe a 2-0 for MongolZ, but there's got to be one close
How
map
good
in
can
here.
he be, Londas? How good is he?
Well, I mean, Jacob, you did say earlier just in this segment here that, you know, somebody like Alish can't be replaced. But, I mean, we went ahead and replaced Nico with somebody like MOUZ, and he comes from the Americas region. So I think maybe that sometimes people get overlooked until they have a chance to shine.
Let's get into the game, gents. Thank you very much.
I think it's a great time for Nyx to shine, to shut up some Euro nerds.
Yeah, he's got to. And maybe some Asians, too. I could say that because I am one.
That's fair. Go ahead. All right, Mo. 2-0, but at least one close map. That's what the man to my left has said. I'd like to co-sign. We'll see what Complexity can throw forth. For the pistol, it's Techno up in the lower tunnels, dead quick. 910, still frisky, even though he's lost that lower teammate. Goes for a mid-peak, sees nothing top middle, and that's going to open up Blitz to start moving into the B site. Reading that this commitment's coming in. Senzu dropping shots. That flash comes out and kind of stalls it all, but then Blitz is going to make up for it with a clean kill from sight. That's 60 dead. Senzu burned out by the utility, so that was worth it. But poor JT, by the time he puts a single foot on that bomb site, he's got 3 players in front of him, swarmed by the MongolZ, and it's pistol to the CT side.
And make no mistake. Oh, they're laughing about that. Make no mistake. Senzu was totally blind off of that flash. And he stood up behind K-Sharp, took the fight totally blind, lined up his crosshair perfectly, and got his kill. That was a quality attack out of Complexity, but, you know, you don't get him on the back of the site right away, then you're in for a bad time trying to attack B. So the MongolZ kick off. The best we've seen from Complexity so far, I think, is safe to say, is on Train.
Yes. I think that's where we got the best version of Nyx as well. So speak of the devil, in with the Deagle wallbang, and 60 gets cleared out. Techno's not going to let map control go for free. We've got a Grim opening. Ooh, things getting interesting with that scout frag. It's good utility damage from Techno, and then blindsiding Nyx with the fallback. Smoked off already, so the chase won't really net much. And even then, Techno still floats around this, but you've got the last 2 Complexity players corralled in lower. And now Blitz from top mid's going to catch them off guard. Nicely done from him. I think already an example here of MongolZ just kind of keeping pressure up and catching Complexity off guard with a bit of tempo, a bit of pace to begin this one.
Yeah, and they're wild. They go for map control. They are not shy on CT sides. Techno was even thinking about re-aggressing into the upper tunnels on that round. So everything going so well. Now I think actually Grim, who's on your screen right now, is the main issue, I think, for Complexity, because Nyx had very standout performances, but they could have probably closed if Grim actually became the star player. Now, you could say that Nyx comes in to replace Alish, but that's supposed to free up Grim more than anybody else. I think Nyx overperforms. 60 still getting comfortable. Grim, he should be going back to Triumph 4.
I think the desk is dead on where it's like, it's huge shoes to fill, and we see that with Alish's play just earlier today. It's going to take some time, but it's a Complexity roster that I think understands that. We got some early interviews with JT. Speaking of the endeavor that they're on, and right now walking out middle, not half bad. You've dropped the op of the MongolZ. Pressure from the util to keep smoke open. Continuous utility coming out from this, and it's going to bank on 60 coming in with the entry attempt from tunnels. He's got the Halzerk scout behind him to support. Mid players coming in on the split right now. Techno gets busted up. Oh, nice shot from Blitz to at least peel one off window, but the trades come back. Support from Halzerk through the doors, and we've got Complexity finding their first in round 3.
Absolutely. Lovely frag out of 60. And so we're getting a couple of moments here from Complexity, which is nice to see in an early round in a game that many could forecast as one that should be a stomp. JT also in an interview said that he was okay with the debut for the team, but they don't have much time to lose. He was very focused on the idea that, yes, it's great that Complexity want to stick to their North American roots, and they take a risk on 2 players that are just sort of free agents on the market or on smaller teams, but they're still on Complexity, and they need to be able to put up results. And we put pressure, like as pundits, on lots of teams to be good fast, and I think that Complexity are trying to hold themselves to the same standard, which is great.
A lot harder to keep that early pressure up when you're working with only 3 guns, and so we see it this time. Total mid control for Complexity up to Xbox. This continuous door play is going to come out for them again. Senzu taking a little gander, but just missing the timing on the walkout. 2 players now out. Gonna try to keep eyes busy. Oh, bad smoke. He cheats through it.
The smoke is fine. They know it's going to do that, but they didn't clear it.
Now 9-10 off the scout from the window trying to get his, but there's a player slipping out from tunnels. Ah, Nyx misses the jump up, and 9-10 turns it on his head. So suddenly this one gets real problematic, real fast.
Not a single
Total
kill.
sweep of Complexity. Not one frag coming out from that, and I mean, that was just like a slow burn, very telegraphed. Obviously, they knew it was up. That one push out through the CT smoke, and Complexity not ready.
Yeah, that one's a matter of protocols, man. They know the mid B smoke they're throwing, the gap that's there. If you're a CT waiting in front of that, you're dead if you get cleared. But they don't clear it. And there's obviously the crossfire between that and window, which helps out a lot for MongolZ. But there's still sort of no excuse for Complexity. You can't let kills like that go. And to not get a single kill on a round like that, well, that's brutal. Look how much money is even saved here from the MongolZ after they buy.
Nice little kickstart to get right back where they were, which was winning early.
This is a CT round with 4 AKs.
Damn. Thank you.
Thieves in the night.
Nice little cache of utility.
Yeah, so, oh, actually, let's see what happens here, because it's going to be looking like a full B exec.
Yeah, with this Grim AK. Just Grim walking out first. Yeah. Hook, line, and sinker. But Grim actually snaps back for the 90-degree headshot, and that is Techno dead. That's a bomb site open.
Ooh,
Still, good utility for the retake, of course. But we've already got Grim looking for that third. We said he's got to be a liege. No easy feats. Blitz trying to come through off the flashbangs, and JT's now got him dead with that picked up gun from inside sight. Man advantage forced by Cole. Halzerk getting into the kill feed now. Tapped away with the AK-47, and that is Grim with a double kill. Again, you'd think the Humvee position was good to get them all, but because it's fixated on pistols up close, it just gives Grim that extra half second to react fast enough. Clears the second player, puts guns in his teammates' hands, and look what it nets them. Eesh, a costly exit, but a second round win nonetheless. Complexity forcing one of their own with the solo AK.
Yeah, that's great. Round of the Grim, that's what we want to see. Now, it is a position, as you mentioned, that Techno, if he, in terms of target selection, if he takes out Grims first, it's possible Senzu lives. And not only that, the other players who are around him all have pistols. So because he kills somebody else, doesn't finish off Grim, Grim gets his first kill, he doesn't peek early enough. This just allows Grim that extra half second, as you mentioned, to make this 2K possible. Once you have the sight, you're all good. So very simple, clean call out of Complexity, and the right guy for the job, Grim with the AK. But as mentioned on that previous round, MongolZ saved money. 4 AKs in their head. Now they'll keep the saved AK buy up nearly in full.
Deep volley to keep the double cap players back. JT, oof, eats that grenade. We saw that cache of util being chucked around. Well,
They're gearing up for another B play here.
yeah, they're also gearing up for a cap push off of the fire burning out. So we'll see about the timing. But right now that B site looks just prime for the taking.
Yeah.
Quick scramble back from the mid setup. Techno's going to be walking into the gunfight. 9-10 finishes off JT with the nade, but they go one and done over towards the B site. And that's a tunnel emphasis for the retake.
They're a little low on grenades for the retake.
Single smoke quad tunnels retake.
Oh.
They're going to send one guy first.
Oh, Halzerk.
Halzerk missing 2 shots. That's one thing. And again, he's only spotted 1 player. Now they're all stomping at them. 60 thinks he's got time to drop a Molotov. Will slow down the pack. But can he hang on his own? High-low peek into the deep of the corner. And that is MongolZ with the quad tunnels retake. Just disrespecting the util that they're trying to chuck down. And Halzerk could have changed that if one of those op shots hits.
It sucks to have to analyze the rest of the round when Halzerk misses 2 shots that he should have hit. And the fact that he had 2 chances to hit the same shot and still missed, well, that obviously spells disaster. It becomes a 4v2 on the retake. And obviously very easy for the Mongols. So Complexity cannot build momentum off of their 1 AK round. That's not a great sign. So round 7, we'll have a scout on 60. That's pretty much it. So I was going to say that there's been a lot of conversation around Dust 2, how it's been such a great decider map and series. And I'll say it again. Oh, okay.
Say it. We're just watching the highlights roll in here.
Yeah, let's get this $500 ace going. It's because people are doing a lot more bid beat. Nice shot from Grim.
Senzu thinks that's enough. It's all fun and games until one man goes down.
Yes.
Very stringy what's left of Complexity. So Deke shot here from Nyx would be nice, but now incredibly unlikely. 10 health on the fallback. Techno again in the tunnels. A real rascal he's been with this lower play. But we do get 2 of Complexity's members over towards the doors now, so it's going to be Mzinho, but easy. Grim steps out, both players go down, and Nyx isn't too far off of it, so trying to time that split, not going to happen. 5-2 lead, MongolZ.
But yeah, there's been a lot more cat, a lot more mid Bs, and a lot more full Bs, and I think those rounds are just more exciting than rounds that start off with long control, and I really like that that's fallen out of the meta, and I totally agree. Dust 2's become more fun that way. And of course, because they drop the sightline and suicide, you can go for lower pushes more often. There's a lot more CT action. Jumping up cat by yourself and being able to nade from there as well, not even just going up. That also adds to really exciting moments. So the map's at a very good spot meta-wise.
Just another prime example of how Counter-Strike's just such a great game. We add 1 box.
Yeah, you just changed a little bit.
One little thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's frothing about it. And then we got to watch how it adapts, and it has been welcome.
Yeah, and you do have to be a prude about the changes. You have to be very careful. You know, you might flip a doorway once every 8 years.
What are you, a madman?
Yeah.
Nice tag on the door jump, and that's going to be a quick pace out of 60 this round. Already trying to get up into the catwalk. Worried about lower tunnels, but Techno's not down there. Don't fret, brother. Solid control out of the gate. We were talking about a lot of tunnels attacks. Well, now suddenly it is a burst out through the long doors. Very well timed off of the Halzerk flashbang. And Nyx got cover. Now Blitz from behind the car is going to catch them off guard. Can't pop up for the multi-frag. Senzu's locked in, and 60's going to find him. Now it's on the Opper. 9-10, quick jump out from the corner. You've got the cat player preoccupied, and 9-10 making this 2v4 equaled out. But Nyx is looking to be that difference, and JT hangs on for dear life with 15 health to get Complexity's 3rd on the board.
Wow, he had to John Wick through all that ammo. That was a high percentage chance that JT would die and the 1v1 would be on, but instead, Complexity win another unlikely situation. And we talk about bad smokes. There was one there on long, and 9-10 made the most of it. But still, they did a really good job on the attack overall, and finally the MongolZ buy is like the worst we've seen in a while. It still is a buy, though.
Yeah. We've seen them pull it off with 3 rifles.
They've done more with less.
We've seen Complexity do it with 1. Game's been back and forth in that regard, but nice of JT to sprinkle in the double doors flash pop 8 rounds into the half. Trying to keep MongolZ on their toes. The MongolZ.
And that is something that doesn't change for Complexity. They still have JT's flashes.
Yes, sir.
They still have their core.
Ooh, Techno trying to bait them in to just focus on the right when 910's really tucked up in the corner. And it looks like they're all buying it.
Oh, they keep buying it.
Yeah, he's going to put that MP9 to the back. Almost going for the triple. Techno from the site is content to sit. That was a great fake. Although, you'd argue somebody could have kept their head on a swivel. It looked like Grim for a second was still worried about the Humvee position, but up close, not quite ready for it.
Yeah, that's a real fool me twice type of situation. They every single time they see one player, they just get tunnel visioned. Oh, and Halzerk, he missed a shot in B. He's missed a shot here in window. Just can't let these chances go. Every time you miss, you got to reposition. And the clock is already not on your side.
He'll try to do that on Cat, but obviously great positioning from MZinho. Could have catch both off guard. Free AWP to be held onto, and that is Complexity turned away.
So the game's been pretty exciting, and there have been some situations Complexity could have won even more. You know, here's a moment where an MP9 getting 2.5 is probably too much. But if you're MongolZ, why not just keep applying all of these bait setups? They're working so well.
Back to the fast A hit. Grim versus MZinho. And the flashes are good. Good enough to get Grim onto the corner. Nice exchange of util. A Deagle shot comes out, but good positioning still for Blitz. He's got two teammates already on this. MongolZ just so fast to the scramble. That rotate over, supports the system, and 910 and Senzu lay down lead. Free Tech 9s, MongolZ go up 7-3. Look how quick they are, Mohan, to react to whatever Complexity try to throw out. You love to see that if you are the favorite. Like MongolZ not falling for any trickery.
Yeah, fast to the scramble is a very apt way to draw a characterization of the MongolZ, and there are some teams, and I'd say them and the Brazilian lineups for sure are very good in moments where you try to create the most chaos possible. Sometimes icing them out is the best approach, but this is the CS they want to play, wild and aggressive. And after all is said and done, 3 rounds for Complexity, maybe they had to try very hard to win, but they built no momentum off those rounds.
Smoking a flash for JT, all that's going to be offered up here in round 11. You think that comes down on the spawn to block off, but they try to go beforehand. 910 turning that Tech 9 against them. Ooh, little chance as Blitz gets a team kill off of the frag grenade. Grim's going to get softened up on the fallback, and his teammate from Tunnels, what are you boys going to do? Chuck a flash out through the rooftops and hope you get that bomb plant in?
He's going to set up the nastiest entry right now with this flash.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to tell Grim.
Yeah.
Listen, man, you've got a chance, all right? You run out there with that Glock and 16 health. But total redirection. They'll go for long instead. Honestly, it's the better play. Depending on whether or not they get peaked at range or if MZinho had given them a little more space to work. But he's carving out the information and getting over to that A site just in time.
Yeah. And with the amount of time left on the clock, it is only just long or B.
There really hasn't been a single moment in this first half where I felt like MongolZ are kind of at a lack of information or are too timid to make those kinds of information gathering plays. So just finger on the pulse from the get-go here for the MongolZ. We can talk about that Grim double entry inside of the B site as like the one hiccup, I suppose.
Yeah.
But ultimately, this has just been MongolZ proving they're one of the best in the world.
One of the best in the world. We saw the chart of their improvements in the rankings in the past year and a half, 2 years, and it has just been a steady incline. There haven't really been any drop-offs that were too drastic. It was a very healthy-looking chart, and they have also, it's been the longest period of time where they haven't made a roster move, which is very nice. And Senzu's clearly going to be set up to be the best player on the team, if not for Blitz, I think, in some ways, because if his IGLing means anything, then he's definitely the most important player. But this team now, I think, is in a place where they're one of the youngest lineups. They're growing together. They've made the roster moves to get the right amount of talent, and now it's just about, carving statues out of that stone. And I think that they're here to make history with this team. I don't know who you'd replace at this point. Now they're like firmly top 7, and they're seriously a contender threat at events.
Consistent playoff appearances, and it doesn't feel like Cluj-Napoca should be problematic in that regard, at least based on this first half against Cole. Double op to end the CT side. You know, the beauty of that graph mode was actually 12 months from mid-20s to now 7th firmly and knocking on top 5.
Wow, yeah.
12 months. And I think I like what you just brought up there. You know, it's the period we don't see roster moves for a team that was like notorious for just chopping people off left, right, and center.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't get a lot of runway if you were attempting to play with the MongolZ. And it felt like Blitz has found what he was looking for in this one.
Yeah, him and Mara.
Yeah. Mara's been looking for quite some time. 910's fallback into the bomb site, supported by the rifle down beneath it. And unlike Halzerk, he isn't missing shot. Well, I will shut the hell up.
Shot of that.
No
Unlike
way.
Halzerk. Put it in the clip.
No
Please. Halzerk. There we go.
I mean, listen.
Okay, his 4th and 5th kill. Let's be fair to Connor here. Halzerk has not had a great half, but
crazy.
what a time to turn up, huh?
That's crazy timing. The retakes have been so strong for MongolZ. So let's see if they can pull it off, or whether Halzerk will make me eat all my words. 3 players to find with this scout. No, just blasted away by the Techno 4K peak. That is a 9-3 CT side for the MongolZ. And again, really the only moment that came back to haunt them was letting Grim get away with that double kill entry in the B site. Halzerk tries his most in the 12th round, but that is, well, it's the immovable 9-10 for the first 3 frags.
You know, if they make the roster move getting Nixon and Sixy, both those players have time to get good. Sixy's been so impressive because he got good so fast. But the core of the lineup has to show why they're the ones who are still on the team. And, you know, I believe in JT's calling and his flashes and everything, but Halzerk and Grim cannot be the players who are inconsistent on this lineup. You know, the rookies are looking to them to bring them some of their big wins and create rounds and more rounds for them to play so they have more time to improve themselves. And that's just a matter of individual practice at the end of the day, right? I mean, if you are going to fall for things like getting tunnel visioned, or you're an opper and you're not opping and hitting op shots, there's not much that JT can do to make that better. So this will be a game that I think ends in disappointment for Complexity for that perspective.
At least the first half, that's clear. And we'll take over to the defense now. So 3 rounds to work with. Yeah, run them back, okay? Not one shot missed here by 910. And in Halzerk's defense, very clean scout shots as well.
Let's see if it was a warm-up half for Complexity.
Yeah. It's their map choice, Dust2. And we'll go to Ancient after this for the MongolZ. Double tunnels set up. Little decoy. Oh, nice drive-by by Senzu. Instant trade from Techno. Push onto the Cat player. Controls it for the double kill. Halzerk can't get his. And that's going to leave Nyx and JT on opposite sides of the map with a whole pack of MongolZ players just floating out there at the moment. Flash through doors. Yeah, it's a little ugly, but Techno will get there, and he's already got 2 kills before that. So 3 frags for Techno, clearing tunnels, clearing catwalk, and getting that mid kill to make sure B has no support. 10-3, pistol, they've got momentum. Dare I say it, Mohan, I think MongolZ are going to win Dust2.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, Techno, he's got 12 kills, but that pistol round, he missed a lot of bullets.
True.
And he still got all his kills, so it wasn't like there wasn't time to shoot back. Would love to draw up a better story here for Complexity, but I'm not seeing a lot of heroes on the team at the moment.
Little jump spot. Checking bottom middle. We're going to see Cole try to throw a Hail Mary towards top middle, but by the time they get there, It is just Blitz, already having passed the bomb over in anticipation. He saw that player outside tunnels. Bomb could have just run away, but instead MZ wants into the action, and that is an easy cleanup for Blitz in full anticipation of the mid push. Complexity, they're not even getting away with a ruse. There is no, again, trickery. There is no tomfoolery. There is no wool to pull over the eyes of the Mongols right now.
No.
But hey, man, they've got a buyer this round.
That's true.
Woohoo!
Then we got to go back to the desk, and they're going to make fun of us and Complexity.
I was just trying to sell my snake oil. That's all.
We saw good things from them, but hey, soon we'll be watching the MongolZ and think no one stands a chance with the MongolZ.
Right. You know, MongolZ is one of those teams that I was concerned about the start of their year, just because obviously coming off of Shanghai, weren't present at the first event of the year. They had to start in Kato. You know, they were kind of starting one step behind. Yep, no reason to be nervous. No reason to be concerned. Tapping right back into the potential we've seen from them over the course of the last 12 months into the playoffs as quickly as could be. And at an event like this one, where the top of the is a little more open, I think that we are looking at a MongolZ who could be pulling off something special in Romania. But that is, of course, getting a little ahead of myself. Let's see if they can get back from this 4v5 in a gun round. Grim on the doorway. Flash at him. Turns back and clears Senzu. Does a ton of damage as well, so 910, single point of health. And we'll see if 60 can and should be able to hold on. Nicely done killing MZ. That's the full bar down for the count. And this is Complexity's first gun round, by the looks of it, netting them a little more runway on map 1. Nicely done. Holds back Techno. No bomb plant even. And that single point of health all too valuable. So the 20-7, 9-10 walks away.
That is a lot of numbers.
207-910.
What's the area code?
1.
Oh.
In fact, it's 1-650-910-2071. Those are all the numbers on his plate. Call that toll-free. It's the Complexity Surrender Hotline.
Your mama's so fat when she stepped on a scale it said 90210.
Good job, Grim. Held back the long fight. A little distance between the MongolZ players, no trade frag, and that's why Cole get their 4th.
Ooh, Grim smells blood. Someone leaving their post? He's going to patiently wait for his 1-minute timing, maybe, unless he gets pushed. Okay. Why did MZ just know he was there?
Yeah, kid's got a hunch. I like MZ because he's got bloodlust.
I love him, yeah. I love the way he plays CS. He stands out a lot in terms of his play style. It's just, you know, so much like a gym hat. Just very creative about the way he approaches his fights and closing rounds.
But now into the Opper. Halzerk not going to miss that one. And back in, but they scurry off for a second. 9-10 thinking about challenging for this corner, but will that set up Grim instead to catch him off guard? Yeah, it will. Grim gives him a little tease, and...
But he just kept them both at long, so... Well, the bomb's going back. How weird can they make this?
Maybe a little too weird.
Senzu is coming in with nothing. He's got such low HP. His flash, he's just going to walk out probably. And as soon as Techno takes a 1 bullet of a shot, as long as Halzerk... Oh, there it is. Now Senzu. Oh, he's not ready to walk out, actually.
He's figuring it all out. Oh, he has figured this out. He has found 3 players' positions. The walkout connects. There's only 7 seconds. And so this one is impossible. In fact, to get that bomb up long felt like it was always impossible.
Yeah, Senzu played that weird because, like, he just needed to go at the same time.
Yeah.
Techno needed to go a bit faster. They almost did something cool there. instead it'll just be the Senzu save.
You know, could have racked it up on some kills instead, but majority alive for Complexity as they go 5 rounds to the 11 of the MongolZ. MongolZ looking to get this one finished off quick, but Complexity being pesky about it. And I think that's because Grim's stepping up a little bit over towards these long doors.
Yeah.
Again, was set up nicely by Halzerk on the bait on the corner. But he's got a couple kills to his name, and we've got a player running into the tunnels. Go, JT, go. But be careful, because those Tech 9s looking to come back your way. Of course, there's an AK out on the field in Senzu's hands. But JT's going to find first blood. Techno gives his position up, and JT's going to keep it clean as need be. There's the AK, showing its presence with the cat kill. Halzerk's got him locked into top middle, so...
We should call that the Max Holloway, when you pick up a gun in someone's view, and then you take the fight right after.
Because it's kind of like whoever he beat the hell out of.
Right here.
Right now. I'm the best damn boxer in the UFC! JT gets back. This frees up Nyx to get active, and to hell with your mid holds. But at the moment, Senzu's making him kind of a little more cautious with that second kill. Can't afford another one. Suddenly then, bomb could be opened up to a plant. Oh!
Senzu!
That, you see, you're
Dude,
not
he's
supposed to
clocking.
open your way up. Oh,
my
okay.
gosh, what
Tries
was
to
that?
slide out with the spray. That's insane. That's crazy.
That was unbelievable.
And Mzinho 4 health. If only he had a little more, you'd think he'd have a better chance at this.
How
But
much does he need, Connor? How much does he need?
I would say at least 27 health to pull off this clutch. Fake plant, flash to the window, eats it. And that solar flare of a flashbang sets up JT for the easy clear.
Yes, okay.
But yeah,
That
man,
was-
Senzu's making him nervous. That
was
cover into lower
nasty.
tunnels.
Pre-firing the mid-B, knowing that he was going to be held, that's how you play with low HP. But still, it's a Complexity 1 round.
It's only a 5-round game now.
That's right. And so far, CT side looks right.
Well-timed nade. Get a little damage out of that one. And 60's going to set up JT for the wide swing. All's good in the tunnels. Complexity comfortable 5 versus 3 type beat. A lot of utility still on this round for the MongolZ, but it's utility and Kevlar, to be fair. These are still treacherous players to be up against if you're not careful, Cole.
Yeah, they lost the whole kit of utility on those lower stairs. They really didn't want to see a push in the tunnels this round for Complexity. But I like the way that Complexity have been playing the CT comeback so far. Getting aggressive. And overstaying their welcome. They've got the support to do it.
JT racking up kills, money, and rounds at this point. Zeno can't see a damn thing again, but he knows that 60's still stuck in that corner. Molly goes a little too far by the looks of things. Just got to try to keep that util pressure up, sweep away the kid, and keep this comeback rolling. That's 4 rounds straight, an 11-7 scoreline. Dare I say it, we're almost getting close. That's what you said. You said one of these maps would be close.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was going to be Dust 2, but
We're almost there.
that's so far so good. And I like on a big comeback using the aggressive rounds earlier on. You can't just do that every game, but that can take the edge off. I think that can show the other team you're not scared of them. And it also allows you to play a little bit slower later on when there's more economy problems for the other team who are in buy save.
But there's an op in 910's hands now. Still 20 kills to his name. His counterpart crosses through the smoke, and no harm, no foul. And no challenge either on long this round, despite Complexity throwing bodies at it early. Ooh, I think MongolZ are putting their pressure where it should be, right into the currently vacant middle of the map. Oh, they're going to go 5 catwalk, and they're going to do it fast enough.
They're
this
so
is kind of
quiet.
gross,
They're
huh?
avoiding all the nades. 60 would be responsible for stopping them here, but he's still thinking it could be mid. This is perfect timing for the MongolZ.
Great call. All 5 players up catwalk, all 5 players ready to get in and trade as needed, and they're going to find 0 resistance from T-spawn to the damn bomb plant. Blitz is going to put it down, and that's Complexity to make a difficult decision to go 5v5 retake or to give up that 12th round.
They have time, they have nades, and they haven't lost a player yet. If they lose one, they're probably going to turn away from this, but right now it's still worth taking the fights.
We've got players trying to catch up from above, and Blitz gets the first one. How many more commit off of the flashbangs? They're going to find him out in the open, but the kill feed says nothing but MongolZ. JT tries to disengage now, will be allowed to run for the hills. That is MongolZ keeping it real simple, keeping it nice and quiet, but also quick. Cutting a path up catwalk to secure that coveted 12th round.
And it's the best possible outcome where they get Complexity to try a retake, where obviously odds go way up when you get that bomb planted, and now Complexity lose all their players. So I think they've still got some money left over, but for the MongolZ, that's about as clean as you could get. That's off the Mara pause as well. Call that a miracle.
Save the good ones, man. No.
A Martin. Marvelous.
Stop. Ooh, awkward. 910 kind of falling off the ledge there. And Halzert gonna make the most of the chance.
Oh, come on
Gross.
now.
It's gross. It's actually beautiful. Great headshot out of Senzu. So clean, just gets him right back. That's Nick's down for the count. Halzert tries to cheat over into this B site ahead of the commitment. And it is indeed going to be the commitment. Oh, and the frags just keep trickling in now for the MongolZ. Again, Complexity try to put their best foot forward with some gun round success on this CT side. But off of that Mara pause, it is an answer from MongolZ. And then the close right there with it. So unfortunately, Complexity just not as quick of a tempo, not as clean when it comes to trying to hold things back. That is the MongolZ. Again, just 2 rounds needed to close out. And you can have your fun and games for 4. But that is Complexity losing their map pick.
Yeah, they definitely lost that map pick. There's no way, shape, or form to refute that. Thank you.
Feels like, in a way,
Valve's ranking, by the way, has been kind of based at times.
it's been kind of doing it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a team that, you know, you say like, number 3 in the world. I don't think so. But they're making playoffs.
They're
They're making everybody nervous.
They're not number 3. Vitality, Navi, Spirit are already top 3.
On their best day, they could challenge for 3.
That's fine. A lot
That's
of
fair.
people could say that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying today.
FaZe Clan are top 3.
Sometimes.
But top 5 is very realistic, and that's already amazing. Because there is not a single other Mongolian on any other team, right? How many places can say that?
Only other Mongolian teams.
Only other Mongolian teams.
Yeah, I mean, we had Machine Gun once upon a time.
He was also on the MongolZ, though.
But he was also on Splice,
Splice, that's
when he came to
right.
North America
That's right.
that one time.
Laser Chicken's roster.
Yes, sir. Now that's some NA lore for you. Speaking of NA, Complexity.
Davey, Drone.
Yeah. Shout out Drone one time.
He's been playing a lot of CS, actually.
Yes, sir. My guy.
Wait, how do you know that?
He's on my Steam friends list.
Oh, okay.
I have friends too, Launders.
I just didn't know they were the same as mine.
Little challenge around, pressure from Complexity in the pistol. You've got a lot of MongolZ players stuck out in middle, and you thought that you had them stuck, but you were really stuck in with them because the flanks are massive, right? All that mid pressure that Complexity think is going to keep MongolZ back, but in reality, it was the A main push that goes into Red Room and Donut that creates an exit strategy. And that exit strategy is going to push them into the post plant at the very least. Now, Grim has already cleared out A main. That's going to get him steps closer to the site. 60 on the fallback. Oh, now these Berettas starting to find their headshots. Looking to rip him back from the CT spawn, but that ain't going to happen on 910's watch. Still softened down to 23 health. Grim's trying to get on the bomb. Does not have a kit, folks. And that is the MongolZ evacuation plan into the A-bomb site for another. That's 3 for 3. Pistol win in the series.
How are they taking mid and flanking window at a minute 15? How are they making this happen? Just looked way too easy. Beautiful round on the MongolZ. And actually, because that round becomes marginally close, it is a moment where if Nick's got his kill, charging into the window versus a guy not looking at him, maybe there's a world where Complexity win it, but instead another pistol to the MongolZ.
You have any cool Mongolia facts?
I did watch a season of, I think it's Alone in Mongolia.
Okay.
Where it's pretty brutal temperatures.
All right.
And that's where you have to survive with like 7 things for as long as you can. If you survive 90 days, you get $1 million.
Yes, yes, yes.
Great show. I didn't get any facts from it though, except that it's cold. You got any good? He's Googling Mongolia facts
No, I'm
right
not.
now, folks.
What? Nuh-uh. No, I got nothing either.
And we want to know.
I was hoping you would bring the lore. One flash for the Complexity push. It ain't gonna work, Chief. Triple headshot from Senzu. And it's all cleaned up.
1 in 6 people are kind of Mongolian.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you're talking about the Genghis Khan
Yes.
DNA? Yeah, 1 in 6 people in the world.
I made that number up, but it's around there.
Okay.
That's what I've heard.
It sounds about right.
I feel it sometimes when I cheer for them.
Yeah, you still, yeah. Yeah.
I would be more likely than you, Connor.
Why is that, Wanders?
Geography.
Geography. Yeah, correct. The odds are higher. That is true. Right out into mid in the first gun round. Complexity held back by smokes. You got no vision. You got no certainty as to what's out there. And the bomb floats outside of elbow. JT gonna have to come back and play this. Ooh, they're gonna double peek him. Nicely done by JT here, hanging on. And getting blitzed down to a mere 15 points of HP.
That's about as good as that gets. Caught in the corner, double peek coming in. JT still alive. Oh, they gotta be careful though, huh? Oh, maybe they don't. JT, another kill.
This is getting awkward. They're both very low. They could be cleaned up by the USP, but we've got Grim to bail them out of a bad place. Although that does open the door for the A hit again. A little mid shenanigans gets Complexity off their rocker, and now Mzinho
he blinded
into
himself.
Donut. Bombs being planted. That can't be stopped. This 2 versus 5 is looking to come together. Low HP on 2 players. Senzu's got one.
Oh, he got that flick.
And he turns back. Now you've got Nyx to clear out sight at least. Mzinho strong post plant at this distance. Nyx has got the health advantage. Smoke onto the bomb, and he's going to play forward. He's trying to force their hand. Oh, Nyx survives the spray down, and that is Complexity to get the round they were supposed to win.
Yes.
So they're first on the board.
With where the bomb is planted is kind of tough to defend that. I was thinking, why don't they smoke Donut here? But this definitely still could have, I mean, it was a winnable spot for sure, but arguably sensible. JT has to do so much and has a lot of good support around him to like get extra kills and keep the winning position throughout the round. JT's aim sometimes is so good. There will be some games he just pops out with like 7 opening kills, instant first bullet headshots on T side.
Every series usually features a JT Deagle moment.
JT Deagle moment, classic.
Right now it's Halzerk with shadow advantage, so on high alert of the A main hit, but there's a lot of bodies coming at him. 3 more. And Grim's gonna leave a little to be desired in that spray down. We've got players already trying to challenge back around through Temple. And we've got a slow burn in Blitz playing out middle. No challenge for the bomb planters, so that's Senzu now with gun back in hand.
Oh, Techno's going to let him out, but they're still watching this. Oh, he calls the shadow.
Yeah, he's going to hold back for it. JT creeping out, trying to get ever closer. 60 looks to give him cover, but...
Oh, very smart from JT.
Nice pathing. Although Blitz is now going to try to get into the action around from Red Room, he will find one back turn to him. That is his element of surprise spent. JT's going to go for the defuse. It's almost there. Oh, all the way. JT going to stick that bad boy, clearing both T's after the fact. Complexity tie this game at 2 apiece.
Another great JT moment. Beautiful stuff out of Complexity that round. And that was, you know, Grim failing the spray on Donut. And you're like, okay, well, that gets a little bit scary, but still they had control of the situation. Spoke in the right place. And even though it looks like, oh, they're just sticking the defuse, that's a moment that they really cultivate. Blocking sight lines, understanding the flanks are coming in just a little bit too slow. They had every right to go and do that.
Ooh, here we go, though. Numbers strong into B lane. B site really hasn't seen a lot of action so far in the first 4 rounds of play. First real test for Sixy. Teammates got him covered, him and Nyx. These are the 2 players new to Complexity's roster that will be playing at this B site all map long. And that's why I'm kind of down to see it get pushed more often. You know, the best version of Nyx that we've seen in a Complexity jersey was on B site Train.
Anchoring, yeah.
I think, you know, versus Eternal Fire kind of made them sweat for it. And to see him and Sixy try to hold down Ancient versus a team like MongolZ right now.
Yeah, and it's no doubt they have good aim. And I think what we were seeing with most top teams in general, like look at the players Spirit are pumping out, even on their academy lineup. It's like Navi Jr.
Bro, they got a factory over there.
They got a factory, but I think the key thing is they have the right floor manager at the factory. Okay, and they're able to like take these guys, train them, and then make them, you know, special. I think they would have otherwise. It's very possible Dong falls into obscurity, if not for his organization. I mean, he's even credited them for teaching him how to play Counter-Strike. And when we casted him in We Play, he had a season or 2 where he was just very average. You know, very average. And when a team can pump out so many players of that quality, you have to start thinking about, well, it's the players or is it the team? And I think right now it's a lot of great coaches that are making great players, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's Blade's system that brought this international Navi to be able to win a major and then get Team of the Year. You have Team Spirit with Hallie behind them. If you watch the vlogs, you know. You watch Saw do with every day he's got a new lineup on Heroic that he's got to make good again, and he does out of nowhere. Now we're talking about Young Star these days.
Yes, sir.
No one even knew his name 3 months ago. So there's one thing in common with all these great rosters, and it wasn't always the case. It used to only be Zonic, you know?
Sir. Yep.
And now we've got a lot of coaches.
Well, I mean, just a testament to it when Donk wins all the awards that he does. He didn't got on stage and instantly didn't instantly thank even Hallie in that moment. He was appreciating the previous coaches of the academy system, you know, so just throwing it back beyond that. And those in, you know, in orgs like Spirit and Navi who have those systems in place with their junior teams, we really don't get much insight into what's going on down there.
Yeah.
You know, all too often. We did more so when We Play existed.
Yeah, we saw like Blade hanging out with
but
Navi Jr.
yeah.
We're like, okay, sharing knowledge.
Oh God. And look at the fruits of their labor. Counter-Strike runs deep, folks. And deep control of Cave. Ooh, almost taken back. Luckily for Complexity, things going well elsewhere. Mid control is theirs. We've got Blitz walking around with an AK, though. That makes me a little nervous for Complexity. Yee, popping open the red smoke. JT being a real nuisance so far here on Ancient, up to 8-2. You know, we touched it briefly back on Dust 2, where it's like, you know, we need Halzerk and Grim to kind of be those guys. Like, we need them to step up and be consistent so that, of course, the newer pieces of Nyx and Sixy are able to find their groove with time going on. But if JT's going to do it today, if JT's going to be that guy right here, right now, early on Ancient, it's another option.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen him win so many moments now. He's got 2 defuses in this half so far. He had the moment where he snuck past the shadow play from Techno and then killed him around the single box on A site. And right there, he found the perfect timing to blow open the window smoke, take out Senzu.
Blitz in anticipation of a main.
Wait a second. Wait, he actually has an ability to plant right now.
So 1v3 queued up by Blitz. Looking to peek into the CT lane. They're both back there. Oh. But JT, speak of him again, 3K on the round, cleaning up Blitz and denying the clutch attempt.
Yeah, man. 9 and 2. Another round 1 from JT. 3 frags, in fact. It's a lovely start for Complexity here on Ancient. What the hell is a map pick anyway?
Really doesn't matter, does it? For some more than others. Thing was, MongolZ were showing us a depth in the map pool as of late as well, right? You know, they were kind of going down the checklist of why MongolZ are promising, and well, we thought the map pool was one to give them credit for. Still plenty of runway. Complexity showing us that they can play more than train. JT again. Big shoes to fill when it comes to Ancient being the mid player nowadays, and JT stepping up to the task. MongolZ set back outside of the B site. There are going to be 3 players trying to push through this door, but total lane control for 60. Oh, he tries to turn for the flash. JT's here to stop it, but the 9-10 Deagle's collected, and suddenly we are into a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, just don't miss.
Hit this. Whoa, Halzerk pushed off of the angle. Incendiary behind Techno. Flash gets Halzerk to miss a second time. Third shot's going to connect. And now it is a Deagle in hand for 9-10. He'll depart to grab a better weapon and sprint on over to that A site.
Yeah, they have to know that he's got a good timing. Grim also doesn't worry about the window. I think that's a very smart move by him.
Easy.
Yeah, you're right at the moment. Sometimes you leave that early, you check on mid in case someone's walking back, but Grim doesn't overthink that position at all. To be fair to Halzerk, they boosted to displays his crosshair placement, and then they flashed him back, then they threw a molly at him, so
yes, sir.
Yeah, not the easiest situation.
And he still took a player down, so got the one up front. Got scary for a second here with Techno coming out from that smoke. Ooh, that was a blind Tech9 headshot. And a clean up for Complexity. 5-2. Grim throwing himself down into middle alongside JT. They're going to go for a faster boost this time around. Actually, don't go for it right away. Threat of that op being out there somewhere, but it's not actually a part of this B site. You know, it's not Halzerk's default position at all. So they're going to smoke out both sides of the site. Little challenge here from 60 to try to open up Speedway, but
no cave, no one in the site at all.
Yeah, they've called this one out well. MongolZ sprinkling in a B commitment at the right moment, waiting for that Molotov to burn out. There's another Incendiary for them. That's going to get Mzinho off the plant. And now those smokes are about to start fading. This is getting weird. The kills have been collected by Complexity, double off of Nyx. Here comes the answer, though. Senzu.
Oh, that allows the plant to go down now, surely.
You'd think.
Actually hasn't crossed yet, but Senzu keeps fragging.
Dude, just going right into them, right? Smoke would have helped it be planted, but if the smoke's not going to be there, then Senzu's going to step it up. JT's low health, trying to press in. Oh, good timing. Grim actually gets the kill to 9-10. We are in the post plant, but Halzerk insta cleanup on 2, and that is Complexity to weather the storm of having nobody inside of cave. That double Incendiary on the bomb plant bought enough time, and even then Senzu tries his damnedest, but it's not enough.
That's what you always envision yourself doing on a retake, but Complexity execute it perfectly. They layer the mollies, and the mollies, you know, 2 mollies sort of equates the amount of time a smoke is. And that just allows you to burn the full clock on those smokes. And once those are up, the B side is so easily retaken. And even in these moments, when you throw the first molly, all the T's go and have to take guard on all these different positions. That's when you get kills through smokes because people are floating around and there's not that many places to hide. So that was a very calm spot for a moment where it looked like a great time to go B. MongolZ even took a small risk there of just kind of dry peeking where Halzerk would be on long, not seeing anybody, and it felt like it was open season for them to go into the site. But a very solid retake. That would have been even worse if not for Senzu's kills.
Did you catch that Senzu desk slam?
Yeah, with his good hand.
I think so, yeah. Well, sure, hopefully. Just send himself further back. Getting angry. You don't see the MongolZ always show emotion, so I'm down for that. Oh, they're going to charge him, dude.
Oh, man.
With
he powered up.
flashbangs over top. They go back.
No.
Yeah, more. JT back from Red Room.
What just happened?
Well, that, my friend, is called a rush.
And that's why the one molly is just not good enough.
Fair.
It's a CT molly. It takes longer to expand. It doesn't expand as much. And unless you throw the nade with it to slow him down, like a rush like that, they barely took any damage coming in. And they really were mad, too.
Yeah.
You know, you shut them down twice, then you're in for a good half. Instead, MongolZ might be able to creep back into this. They're surely going to... Oh, Blitz did not see that.
Huh.
Neither did JT,
What?
apparently. I don't know. Blitz did not see JT looking at him.
I felt gentlemanly for a second.
It's funny because Techno, originally, the story is that he replaced someone because they broke their hand coming into the MongolZ.
Why's everybody breaking hands over on the MongolZ? What's going on?
The Techno came in as a sub, and then he played so well they just kept him. So, I'm just saying, if you're going to break your hand, just be very careful if you do it on the MongolZ. They might replace you.
Unless you've had the 12 months that they have. Now they're going to give Senzu a little extra time.
True. 2 broken hands, though, Senzu. I don't know, man.
Blood was saying that he broke it by falling on ice. Is that the truth?
Techno said it was -30 outside. Everything was frozen.
Yeah.
And they were messing around out in the Mongolian frost. And Senzu broke his arm, or broke his hand falling on it.
God.
And it's his mouse hand, too. Imagine how scary that would be if you were a professional player.
I mean, if I ever slip and fall, I always try to go head first.
You want to break your mouth?
No, just, can't damage what's more important. Got to keep the gaming hands ready to go.
The difference is he gets paid to play, Connor.
Oh.
You get paid to talk.
And I talk real good. If you ever hear me with a stutter, just know it got slippery in Montreal. This is an interesting spot, JT. What do you think you're going to get away with here, my friend?
Yeah, that's crazy. It works, eh?
Yeah, it's looking like it. Senzu was about to try and clear a corner, but JT not going to get out of there unscathed. One and done. Sixy tries to put up some kind of a wall. We're going to get the Mzinho frag over from A main, and then smoke fades, and Sixy actually catches a 9-10 out in the open. That's dropping the bomb, and he's still just going to keep that pressure up, and it works. But all the while, Techno 4K is creeping into the back line.
But they get away from him. So now maybe they check their flank? I don't know.
You think they should, but at what time? Yeah.
They've got 2 in there, so.
Bottom mid's drawing their attention. Mzinho trying to set up Techno somehow, some way. Ooh, he jumps the gun a little. Still, he will kill Nyx, and then Mzinho finds the Red Room frag. It is only Halzerk left up, and he can no longer control possession of that bomb.
But they know B is clean.
Yes, sir.
They
Easy
walked
disengage.
Right. Yeah, Halzerk's now in for a retake, whether he knows it or not. But that flank had to come in from somewhere.
Really well maneuvered here if you are the MongolZ.
Yeah, and he's leaving the kit behind.
Mzinho's already on it. Oh, nice one.
Maybe he doesn't need a kit.
Love that, Halzerk. You got to go. Time is of the essence. Beautiful quick scope into the cave first. Now, player backside. So many potential positions. Halzerk's got to just go for it. Bomb planted for ramp as well. And Techno just waiting this out perfectly. Senzu taps him away, and that is a beautiful round from Techno, unraveling what felt like for a moment Complexity having control.
Absolutely. Yeah, another beautiful mid-round with a big flank involved, and one that MongolZ, it's very ambitious the way they're doing it, but they have it fully under control. The really difficult part is for their mid player to be throwing flashes and fighting just enough so it looks believable that they actually want these duels. Because if Mzinho doesn't play that properly, then it becomes obvious there's a flank coming in. But also you have Nyx giving his position away once the smoke comes up with his barrel sticking out.
Pistols now for Complexity, so gonna have to hold off for the buy. That 6-round streak was looking real tidy up until now. Team kill sprinkled in, so be it. It is the MongolZ with a 5th on the T side and a final buy round out of Complexity here to end out the half.
It was
Are there limitations, though?
It was that Nico blood game, man. Now everyone thinks they can make a comeback after they slam their hand.
Blood for the blood god. And now Nico's rubbing walls in anticipation of his next violent outburst. Down to 3 smokes, and Halzerk blasted away by Senzu. Good trade out from the elbow attack.
He said, I'm gonna repeak, I'm gonna repeak, I'm gonna repeak. I'm dead.
Two players in here. I like the challenge. I like the challenge, Complexity. But the cover is great. Mzinho right there ready to deal with the pressure. And while he catches the off guard, you saw 910 kind of scramble for a half second. Mzinho ready to do his duty. Double kill plus the bomb plant sets up 910 to shut this down. And this is an excellent little recovery here from the MongolZ. You know, winning pistol, converting for the 2-0 start, losing 6 straight to Complexity. Made it feel like the North Americans had a challenge to offer up, and they will still have a chance on T side, but this is MongolZ changing the tune a little bit as we wrap up this first half of play at a tied 6-6 scoreline. Shout out Senzu, 14-9 on the half.
And shout out to JT on the other side. This is a 6-6 half, and in this early rounds, it was very apparent how much impact he had playing middle on the retakes. It was a gem for the team, but when we watched Dust 2, I think Complexity made far more mistakes. This half, this MongolZ comeback, maybe some small issues like allowing that rush to come through, trying to stop it with one molly. But for the most part, they had good retakes over on A and B site. They controlled mid pretty well. But MongolZ really fragged hard in those final moments and a couple of very strong mid-round situations to make the worst of it for Complexity. It's another game where you see good things from Complexity. They don't look like a totally brand new roster in some senses, but they are getting outdone in the mid to late rounds. But that's where you would expect the most advantages for the team that's been together longer. Is to come up with stronger creative ideas and be able to calculate faster with less options. And we go back to Katos. MongolZ beating Complexity was like a pretty big upset.
Yep, that's true. Oh, how times change. Good on 60 to find that opening, but the thing is, you've already got 3 players donut. Yeah, Complexity think better to bite on that one.
It's a smart moment to pause, it looks like. They're casting a pretty wide net here, but not really overstepping. There is no one inside the cave to come and push, and they're positive. I think JT is positive that if they are playing B, they will come and push something. So it looks like they're gearing up to go for the B split now. Maybe. Oh, walking up towards Donut, actually. Oh, actually, they are going to A.
Yeah. Techno now, a little less cover. A main peek comes through. Challenge off the lane. Oh!
Stop.
MZ, beautiful second headshot. Drops that bomb in the dirt. And he just taps out Grim as well.
That's raw firepower.
Now, you don't know where MongolZ's at. That's the problem. MongolZ could still clutch this, but a little late to the party now. Blitz, does he turn in time? Jumps up, offers MongolZ a chance. MZ looking like he might need another fire at the feet of MongolZ. Both CTs trying to get into the action. MongolZ just can't hit him right away, but he will clean up the one. The problem child.
Oh, look how fast Blitz is here.
Love the reposition. He's still looking at the smoke. MongolZ trying to clear out backside to grab that bomb. This is a huge reposition from Blitz. So quickly repositioned, dude. Didn't waste a second.
He ran even a few steps inside of Temple, exactly as far as he could go without being heard. That was a really great moment from Blitz. I can't believe MZ gets that clip. Just the biggest individual moment of the series, I want to say. At such a critical juncture. And that's obviously why. Look at that. Oh, poor Sixy.
I feel bad for him too, because Sixy did a good job.
Took so many bullets to kill the guy in Donut, one to kill Sixy.
And still wanted more.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's still a highlight.
Oh, that's gross. In all the right ways. Couple upgraded pistols for Cole out there on the field, but they have officially lost that lead. From 2-6 to 7-6. You know, I do think that 6-round streak from Complexity was, although it deserves praise, a little misleading, right? There was 4 defuses mixed into all that. Ow.
They were good defuses, though.
They were good defuses, yeah, sure. They held E real well. Here we go, Senzu. Feast a little. Yeah, ramp play gets shut down. That Desert Eagle's not going to find anything else. Valiant effort from Sixy yet again from the pistol here to the next one.
Connor,
MongolZ convert.
You can't spell JT without E.
Can't spell JT without E. You definitely can.
JT.
Okay. Somebody help.
Nobody's coming to help you.
You're locked in here, brother. Yeah, for 2 weeks. All right, Cole. Gun rounds up. Sixy's looking for the entry. Tough task. Oh, good cover by Grim there. Utility was getting Sixy from back behind that box. MZ is going to track the kill to the bottom of middle, so that is at least 1 trade frag back. But Complexity still sit pretty man advantage. And with that mid control, they clearly fought for it out of the gate.
And they try to block mid here. Off the cuff smoke. CT's in a good spot, though, to re-clear through Donut. If they don't see anyone crossing, that smoke will only do Complexity a disservice. If they move fast enough, this is a real problem for Techno. But if they take any longer than just a few seconds, the CT flank is going to win the round. Oh, and
Doesn't go.
Yeah, they won't go. Okay, here's the moment for Complexity, surely.
Techno on the pillar. Cave players are coming, but it's a little too late, man. Double MP9 frag. JT stomping. What did Senzu just do?
What patch is this? How did he just do that? He stopped the entire... I don't even know, bro.
They had AKs.
I can't tell you how he did that. MP9 nerf? MP9 nerf, maybe?
Well, yeah, I guess he wasn't, crouching at a long distance. What was he doing instead?
Running and spraying.
Literally moving. Yeah.
Someone at Valve likes the MP9. That's what I'm...
Here comes Grim towards mid with the ump, and it's dead. And then the pistols are going to try to push their way out into the A site, and they're dead. And Complexity can try again in the next round once they've got guns, but this round, they're dead. 10-6 here for the MongolZ. Clean up on the A site.
That's real annoying, man, because last round, that was actually a great setup for Complexity.
It
Right
was
site hit.
looking promising.
They were all close together.
We were going to have a nice, fun second map of the series. We were going to get that close game.
You can't even run and gun spray transfer with a rifle.
Nope.
Oh. Four AKs here for MongolZ.
3.
Oh.
Nice analysis. Ooh, okay. Look, more of that, man. I'll watch 60 for as long as he's going to try to keep this fight going out middle. He will try again, and he doubles down this round. So, doing it on his own if he must. Techno is going to creep out through cave behind the smoke. Okay. All's good. Recovers that one, and we go 3v3.
Going this way is the play. If the round goes on a long time, Techno has the long flank backwards. They got to be scared to go B in this spot. And now another moment where if Complexity move fast enough, they've got a nice sort of isolation fight versus Senzu.
Yeah, but he's keeping himself down.
Oh.
Holzer's not ready for that one. Gets caught unscoped. Nice kill from JT. Give him that second chance. He saw you on the first jiggle. On the second, he didn't waste a moment. Op shot does good damage. Slowly but surely, Techno is getting this flank into position. 9-10 decides not to go for the wall bang. JT doesn't look like he's going to get out of here for free, so he's down, and now we've got a smoke to block off Donut. That's surely what's coming out of Techno in a moment. Both players with kits, both players with flashes. 60 trying to figure out where both players are at, but now he hears the rumblings of the retake go down on that bomb site. Deep smoke, loses his angle, and he's going to have to get a little lucky with the spray. Again, both players with kits. Techno hits the headshot through it, and MongolZ holding them back, despite 60's best efforts with yet another successful mid-entry.
It was one. Malzinho answered back real quick, and the Techno play, obviously, I think is the round winner. Pushes through, gets Grim, goes all the way around through spawn. It's full alert over on the A site, and then this moment from Halzerk is, I think he's holding for someone to drop out of Temple, but doesn't think that someone could approach from the left side, and this is where you have Senzu just appear on his screen. And the aim is always there. The aim is always there for the MongolZ. But you're right. Why not keep trying mid if you're Complexity? If you can get some action there. But
yeah, I mean, the entries have looked good. You know, 60 is trying to step up alongside JT. Somebody's got to pick up slack, and he's trying to stand this.
Remember those phase nades?
Yeah.
To stop anyone popping out. I mean, that's something they could definitely use versus the MongolZ, but it looks like this round it won't matter. Full A play is in store here for the MongolZ. (9-10) on his own. I mean, he's got a donut player. And maybe there'll be a little fake involved, actually.
Yeah, like this. Nix finds the right timing. Instant trade frag back from Senzu.
The op pulls back a little bit, but then Complexity, excuse me, also adjust their plans.
Trying to walk through this. Mzinho's on the smoke, but he's so close. In fact, it could get weird. He is so close. Okay, whoa. Good trade frag back from Grim. In a hectic moment, he reacts. 9-10 misses his chance to strike them down. And we've got a Complexity inside of an A site with a plant to boot.
Yes, and this is a slower flank out of Blitz. Senzu will have to do most of the heavy lifting if this is going to be possible.
Timing works out.
What is that spray? Oh my goodness.
Little flashbang for the bomb site. Blitz's flanks coming out. JT's going to be on full display back here. Yeah, easy cleanup here for Blitz. And now we've got Grim, unfortunately, sitting down on just a quarter of his health. And the smoke on top of the bomb to cover. They've got contact confirmed, and it's a retake from MongolZ.
Yo, that was
Complexity. Man advantage with the bomb down.
How does Senzu do that? He's really good at those, like, I'm spamming because I know you're here, I'm full committing. I know you're about to peek. I have safety. Yeah, that's not one you want to let go, Complexity.
I think North America does have to break both his hands instead. That's the only way you're going to stop him. This guy is 22 kills, 12 deaths deep.
There are only 10 VRS points on the line here for the MongolZ.
Yeah, and they want all 10 of them.
And 100 if they lose. That's why they're trying so hard, folks.
They want that Valve rank #1. Gonna try again. 9-10, ready to go. Oh, nice shot, dude. JT, highest performing player for Complexity through and through. And with very little lane control, Cave's gonna get taken over. JT just keeps going. Launders, he has the bomb.
Whoa!
JT's got the bomb, and he is still the entry into the cave. He didn't trust his 3 other teammates to go do it themselves, so JT wanted to be a part of that action. Leave nothing on the table, JT. Senzu thrust to the 1v5. Complexity have a little life left in them because of their South African in-game leader, Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
Johnny, I want to get that last name right. Theodosio.
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 That's almost a little Greek, I feel like.
Theodosio. Johnny Theodosio.
A little Italian.
A little whatever you want it to be.
A little French, maybe?
A little impressive. How about that?
Yes. Johnny T right here.
Doing whatever the hell he has
That's
to.
what we say. That's what we're saying, man. These T-side entries sometimes, that's what he does. I love that. I thought MongolZ watch around like this and they go, man, they're a bit of me. That's exactly the round I would have called.
Yep. With bomb on his back, he unleashes the rest of the pack into cave control to make sure this one doesn't fall through their hands. There's been a lot of disruptive moments from the MongolZ in, like, you know, bomb plant attempts, and they're not able to offer any kind of an interruption. Mara wants right back into the communication.
Mm-hmm. Guys, they're copying our playbook, and we don't like it.
Senzu has the same anime character as Chopper on his mousepad.
Oh, I was going to say, is that either him or Magix that has that?
That's the Chopper. Sharing waifus.
Very good, Connor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Connor is a weeb now.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Just kidding. He's a Korea boo. He watched Solo Leveling.
Ooh, here we go. Oh, Nix. You thought you had something to work with. Little did you realize, stuck in Senzu's sights. Oh, I love this. Mzinho, Ratty, hides behind and gets the double kill. And with that, Hulzerk's going to have to scoop up bomb now on his own. Now, you've got a teammate in JT, right? Highest performing player for Complexity, but he is on the other side of the map. And right now, that bomb carrier is stuck inside of Donut. He was trying to get off site so that he didn't lose it. And now, unfortunately, poor JT, who has been playing lights out in an attempt to keep Complexity in this series, is going to have to go into a damn near impossible clutch. You've got a player in cutout on their own in middle. This is the best chance at it first. You peel Techno off the play if you read that this corner is occupied. And he does, but the aim betrays him finally in this map, and that is the MongolZ. Number 17 in the world, baby. Taking up the 2-0 win over top of Complexity, who couldn't keep it close. Despite the best efforts of JT, well, the rest of Cole bottomed out.